So I rewatched the cold open again, and this time I realized it's Yamato that's with the other two, and they seem you can't even say they seem friendly, but there is a shot of him standing with them, right? Then there's the explosion, and Sakura goes into the cavern that's been created by the explosion, the opening, right? Sai's there. He picks himself up, and she runs up to him and looks at him, and she doesn't say anything. But it looks like she's surprised to see him, and there is not a friendly tone. I was mistaken about that. You know, it looks like she's irritated with him, and like they have not. In other words, they have not exchanged any words up until this moment from the last time they saw each other. Is the impression I got. Now again, there's no dialogue between them, but she's looking at him in a way that didn't suggest like he explained. Oh, by the way, I'm a double agent. It's all good. We cool. We cool. We cool. Right? Like it didn't seem like that had happened. Right? It seemed like they had not seen each other, so she doesn't know what's going on, but she's at least wary of him. I'm reading a lot from her face, but she comes up to him. She's just looking at him, breathing hard, not friendly, not necessarily hostile, but not friendly. And then that's when Sasuke says something, and then all the attention goes to Sasuke, right? So I was mistaken that, like, that they were together, like, or friendly with each other or whatever. So the cold open did not. If he is a double agent, the cold open did not spoil that. I was mistaken. I was remembering it wrong. So that's interesting. Also interesting is what was the cause of the explosion in the first place. There's no way to know, right? But like it seems like maybe Sasuke and Sai were talking or something, and one of them exploded the area. Maybe Sasuke is trying to read his mind, and so Sai explodes the area. I don't know. Maybe one of them was attacking the other, and they defend themselves, and they explode the area. It's hard to tell, but like, because Sasuke could have easily jumped up to the top after the explosion. They could have both been inside when it happened, right? But yeah, I love the cold open concept. I've talked about this before. Like it's the season 2 of Hannibal opens with the cold open that you don't get to pay off to until you get to the end of the season. It's just such a cool thing to do, right? This would already have weight to it, them breaking into the facility where Sasuke is, but it has so much more weight because of the cold open, and because we're 47 episodes later. If it was one episode a week, this been a year with any like time off between, like maybe they take a couple weeks off here and there. It's literally been a year since they first did it, right? So that gives it weight. The fans keep going back to it. The fans keep rewatching. It's the kind of thing I would go back and rewatch even more than I have here. Like if I was waiting week to week, I might be watching that cold open, especially when we get closest. I'd be watching it every week before every new episode, right? So just when you have something like that, then just the space that they're in, the floor, the ceilings, the walls, like we're in the place is exciting. It gives it a weight it wouldn't have if you didn't have a cold open like that, right? Like this all has a weight. I was thinking about it during the last episode. Like these are the same hallways. This has a weight to it that it wouldn't otherwise have. It's not really a spoiler because we know sooner or later they're going to confront Sasuke. Like, come on, you think we're going to the rest of the series and they never see each other? Come on. That's not a spoiler. It's going to happen. The only thing that would have been a spoiler is if I was correct that they were being friendly with each other. So, but that I was wrong. It was a misinterpretation. So yeah, I mean, I think it's really cool. I love that concept, and I wish more shows would do something like that. Breaking Bad also did it, but that was a little different because when they did it in season 2, they knew where they were going with it. They had the entire season 2 planned out from the beginning. When they did it in season 5, they didn't know what the hell. When they shot the first cold open at the very beginning of season 5, they didn't know what the payoff was going to be. I don't like that as much. I like it more when you know exactly what you're doing. Because it created situations where, for instance, Walt didn't have a watch on during the scene that they had first done, at the beginning of season 5. Then when you get to it, Jesse had given him a watch that he was never taking off, and then they just have him take it off and leave it at a phone booth. Like, that made no damn sense. That made no sense. They only did that because they didn't have him wearing the watch. So that's the kind of shit you run into. You have to do stupid things to explain situations. So let's go ahead and get into this. This is episode 48, and we're going on 1. 3, 2, 1. Let's say 48 is 47. Shit. Well, shit. They did talk to each other. Interesting. I would have bet money against this. Yep. He made a wooden key. Of course not. It was a good one, but shit. Interesting. Well, we know who's coming up. There's a massive ticking clock here to this conversation. They're not going to be able to exchange too many more words. No, is this 48? I'm looking at my files here. Okay, I must have mislabeled episodes 47. So, yeah, okay. So this is episode 48. Jesus, I was like, this can't be right. It's got to be 48 because it's the last file on the file, right? It's the last episode in the file. You don't care about my behind the scenes incompetence, so we'll talk about something else. But it's just that was my confusion. The problem is when you're. I know I said you don't care, but like, I guess people should be skipping through the credits anyway, right? Um, when you're doing this volume of episodes, like it's different if there's like the Watchmen, for instance, has 9 episodes. I'm doing that. That's easy to keep track of. It's 9 episodes. This is like an endless number. I'm gonna be skipping filler, and it's like, my God, man. Which I think filler is coming up pretty soon now. It's episode 59 is the last canon, and there's a bunch of filler, I think. Um, I'm gonna watch at least one. I'll film myself, but I won't post it unless it's actually good. We'll get there when we get there. But yeah, some with me recording ahead is something I got to think about soon. Yeah, kick his ass. Yeah, come on. I haven't heard him say kick your ass the entire series, man. I wanted to hear that. Can't believe she interrupted that. You can have it back. Fortunately, he has no emotions, so you're busted. You don't know shit. Yeah. She's better at this than Naruto is. Right? Well, we're not getting much talking done, are we? He's about to come rolling up in here. They're showing the envelope so we remember, just in case we forgot. He was gonna talk, you dumbass. Oh, Jesus Christ. Even if he is lying, you can get something out of that. I cannot effing believe he interrupted. He finally says something. He spends all this time waiting to talk. He finally starts talking, and you interrupt him. Well, I want to slap him sometimes. I wish there was another rung I could put him down on the pyramid, man. Idiot. He was gonna talk, man. You have failed. Hmm. And yet I still don't believe it. Shut the hell up. Right? He's just as dramatic as Guy Sensei in his own way. Yep. So Danzo could be the hero. Right. Exactly. But see, also, every spy has a cover story they immediately go into if they get caught. This feels like a cover story. Hey, and they fly away. Fly, my pretties, fly. Well, we know who she's thinking of. I mean, they're showing us. Moral indignation is not really a great way to interrogate somebody. Just saying. Yeah. Unlike you two, by the way. Yeah, I think so. Also for Yamamoto or whatever. Yep. You and Arya. Maybe he's just this. Maybe this is it. But I can't help but thinking there's more to it. You're dead to me. She just figured it out. I haven't. Yeah, what about the book? That's a good point. There is somebody in there. Show us the envelope again. Thank you. Ticking clock. Tick, tick, tick. You've got about 30 seconds probably. He couldn't possibly have gotten too far away. You know, the facility's only so big. They made you kill your brother. It's like Arya keeping Needle, you know? Yep. That was a different note in his voice. This is how you interrogate somebody. Moral indignation doesn't help you. Hey, you're the one doing it, not me. How am I supposed to explain it? She may be onto something here. You killed him. So he's not a psychopath. He's been trained to push him down. The emotions are there. They're just turned down. Look, we can go. We can break it down later, man. We're running out of time here. Right. Huh. Don't you worry your pretty little head about it. Dumbass. We know what it is. Yep. Right. Yep. Or the puppy, depending on what movie you're watching. Right. He's kicking ass. He's looking more and more pissed with every page. Hey, man, I want to see those other enemies. Hey, he should have trained harder. Guess he'd repress these memories. He killed me. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, sure. That was your live face. I'm really into all this. I can't imagine the people who are just wanting to recover Sasuke are probably pissed. They probably don't care about any of this, man. I think it's great. I really like it. Look at him mimicking. You're creepy, dude. Keep it creepy, dude. Keep it creepy. He's a wild boy. I always knew that they were like blood brothers rather than biological brothers. Angel's in the centerfold. That sucks. Slowest walk back to the room ever. He was going a very slow pace. Dude, you got somewhere to be, man. You forgot something. Usually when I forget something, I go double time. So I'm like, shit, now I gotta retrace my steps. You know, last days ago and shit. The hell is he? He's being a naughty boy. Maybe he's taking a shit. They came back out. They don't know he's come back for the envelope. Oh no, they just okay. I got you. They brought him out here to keep him out of the way. That guy, f that guy. Now we're done with the side quest. He's an asshole. Great. Boy, that's just. We didn't see him though in the cold open. We didn't see him there, so I wonder where he was. Maybe he was blown up. Not killed, just blown up. Pathetic. Yeah, I only do orders, man. Really? Hey, calm down, music. He didn't say anything that exciting. Slow down, soundtrack. This may be a big character moment for him. Really? Interesting. Hey, man, we saw a boy do that. No arms. Yeah, we get it. You don't have to keep going down that road. We understand. Interesting. The soundtrack is going crazy, so I guess this is a big moment. He's admitting this is the first time he's admitted out loud how much he cares about Sasuke and how he really feels about him. I just assumed these things, right? Like, I mean, he didn't say anything here that shocked me, but it wasn't actually overtly stated until now. So I guess that is a big deal for him. Sasuke is his friend, you know. He's never said that before, as far as I remember. And you know that's always shaky ground. As far as I remember, he's never actually said those words before. So that does mean something. It does, it is interesting, and all the pieces are in place now. Now we can go back in. We know somehow Sai ends up where the explosion is, and he's down on the ground, and Sasuke's up in on the top of the cavern or whatever. They're inside looking for Sasuke when this happens. So what I think is going to happen, they're going to go back down into the facility. Kabuto's then snitched out that Sai's missing, so those guys are going to be on alert, and one of them will find Sai. Probably Sasuke will find him, take him close to the facility, and something happens with the explosion. I don't know about that, but like clearly he gets undone. He maybe even gets himself out of it. Yeah, man, the pieces are in place. I think within the next episode or two, probably the end of what is this? We're at 48 now that I know what it is. We're at 48. 50. I think the end of episode 50 is when we have the cold open, which makes sense, right? Like, we like numbers, right? Like, I don't know if the Japanese are as big into round numbers as Americans are, but that's what an American would do. They would be the end of episode 50, or episode 100 would be a big deal, right? So, yeah, I think we're there. I really do.